So I want to talk about this whiskey barrel planter. My planters have been some of the most popular things in my collection, both last year and this year. Many of them incorporate animals. This one is no exception, and this is the largest planter that I've done. It's the 11-inch diameter whiskey barrel planter with what we call a peeking animal. So you're going to choose between kitty cat, puppy, and bunny, and they're all standing on their tiptoes, trying to see what's in that bucket. Maybe doggy dropped his ball in there and he's trying to get it out. Kitty saw a bug fly in there. She's trying to find where it went. And Bunny is just trying to see if there's anything he can eat in that basket. But this particular rabbit will not eat your plants out of the planter because he's not a real bunny. Over 900 of these have been ordered this season. And let me show you. Yeah, the cat and dog are really limited, fewer than 100 each. Let me show you the animal faces just so you can make your choice, because the barrel is going to be the same. So here's the kitty. Again, this is done in my stone powder poly resin, which is the proprietary mix that I use for my planters. It's outdoor safe. It looks like stone or wood. It's not heavy, but it also won't crack or chip like so many of your heavier pots will. So here's the kitty, and then as I said, it's a full-size kitty cat. So here's the back of her body, her little tail. She's on her tiptoes. You can see how cute she looks, peeking in to see what's going on in that basket, in that bucket. There's her little face as she peeks in with her paws. The chest area of the animal is always going to be flat, so we can lean right up against the planter. Over here is the puppy, also super limited. There he is, the back side of him. He's peeking in to see where that mouse went, or where's my ball. There's his little face, super cute. And I tried to do my dogs so they look like a lot of different kinds of puppies. A lab, a golden retriever, a little beagle, a little shih tzu, whichever kind of doggy you have will look just like that little puppy. And again, you can see it looks like wood, really great detail. His little tail is curled to the side in the back. So as your plants grow, you can move the animal around, whether you want to see the back side of the animal, their tippy toes, or if you want to see their little face peeking out. You can position it however you like, which is why I did a removable animal instead of some of the other planters you may have seen out there that have an animal attached in one spot and you can't move it around. Here's the bunny rabbit. I love rabbits in my garden. I actually have pet rabbits, just like Sandra Bennett. We love our bunnies. Barbara King loves bunnies too. A lot of us do. But a lot of us have little cottontails hopping around in the garden, and this one is a bunny that could look like either one. So he is peeking in the basket, the little whiskey barrel, I should say, and trying to see what's in there that he could have for lunch today. So again, there he is. I'll show you the back of Bunny. There's his little tail on his tiptoes, really, really cute. So as your plants grow, they'll grow up and taller than the face of the animal. So as I said, you can move the animal around so that maybe now you want to see the animal's face from the back. Or you could potentially, if you wanted to, just leave the animal in the whiskey barrel and plant all around it, although you would cover up most of the animal with soil if you did that. But maybe you just want their face peeking out, like so. So really, really cute. And again, we didn't do Dinky. We did a life-size little bunny here, pretty much a size of most little puppies, and then the size of a small cat or a kitten for sure over here. We only have 80 left in the cat. I want to show you the planter itself. Now, you're going to see some styrofoam in here. When these are shipped to you, they are in molded styrofoam inside, the really thick styrofoam inside the box. So that precludes any cracking, breaking. You know, sometimes they get thrown around on those delivery trucks, and we want to make sure our stuff arrives to you safely. So if you've got a little bit of styrofoam in there, you can just blow it out. I wanted to point out, too, that all of my pots have an embossed Girl Next Door logo on the bottom. And then right next to that, you'll see a drainage hole. It's important to have drainage in your pots, at least one hole. This one will have a little silicone stopper, as you can see right here. I'll just hold that still so you can show. You want to pull that out. It's going to be a little clear silicone stopper. And now there's your drainage hole. So you can put any kind of really good potting soil in here. This is a perfect size, 11 inches in diameter across. so that you can do any of your annuals, or you can even do perennials like your coreopsis or your coneflowers. It's a big enough pot for that. You could do your kitchen minis in here. But you know, whatever you're growing in there, you'll also still see the curious little animal peeking in, and it's for all of my pet-loving folks who are out there who have pets, who also love to decorate with pets in their garden. So there's only 70 left in the puppy. You know, this is such a great housewarming gift too. If you have somebody who just bought a new place, and that was my sister a couple of years ago. She wanted lots of things to decorate her garden with. This is absolutely perfect. Or if you have somebody, maybe it's your parents who love their cat or their dog, or you know, maybe it's someone who just got their first apartment out of college, and maybe their roommate's going to be their cat. This is a great little idea to have, and you could even put faux flowers in here if you wanted to keep it indoors, or you could put house plants in there, whatever you want to do. The diameter on the planter itself is 17 inches tall by about 13 inches around, and then the actual opening inside is 11. So that's why we call it an 11-inch pot. So it's a full-size whiskey barrel. Just looks a little different than the beautiful the color ones, the single color ones that you have seen from Roberta's. But this is going to hold that same capacity as the whiskey barrel that you might have gotten with your Sun Patience Today's Special Value, for instance, that we had earlier this year. So if you'd like this one, don't dilly-dally on the kitty or the puppy. If you got two, you could even have two little peekers. You could have two little peekers looking in one pot and have the other pot with no critter. But these two are super limited. And then we have our bunny rabbit, a few more available there.